I need to have sex!
Cardi B just dropped a tweet that didn't just clap back. It might have ended a career. The internet's in flames, Nicki's fans are in denial, and the receipts. Oh, they're real. You're about to see what started the fire and why it might be too late for damage control. This isn't just shade. It's lyrical warfare history and egos all boiling over in 280 characters. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down the tweet, the history, and the fallout. If you thought this beef was over, think again. Because what Cardi just posted, that's a career killer. It dropped out of nowhere. They begged for a feature, now they talk slick. LMAO in no tags, no names. But the streets knew exactly who she meant. Within minutes, Twitter exploded. Screenshots spread like wildfire, and Cardi versus Nicki trended almost instantly. Fans lined up on both sides, ready for war. What made this tweet different? It wasn't reactionary, it was surgical, calm, cold, calculated. Cardi didn't need to say a name. She let the world do that for her. And from that moment, the timeline became a battlefield. This wasn't just shade, it was a public execution, masked as a one-liner. To understand the heat behind that tweet, we need to rewind. Back to 2017's Motorsport. On paper, it was a dream collab, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj on the same track with Migos. But behind the scenes, it was icy. Nicki later claimed she was blindsided by the final version. Cardi clapped back in interviews, hinting that someone wasn't being real. That moment turned a friendly rivalry into a cold war. Subtweets followed. Interviews turned shady. Fanbases were weaponized. It was clear this wasn't just competition, it was personal. The Motorsport moment set the stage for years of tension, and Cardi never forgot. They begged for a feature. That phrase wasn't accidental. In the industry, features are power, their status. So when Cardi implied that someone once begged for her time, her talent, her cosign, it flipped the hierarchy. The irony? Nicki Minaj is often seen as the one who paved the way. So if Cardi's saying Nicki begged for a spot? That's a dethroning. Fans debated, was it Nicki, someone in her camp? Either way, Cardi knew what she was doing. That tweet hit where it hurts. Pride, legacy, reputation. And it told us Cardi sees herself as the top queen now. Nicki Minaj has built an empire over more than a decade. Hits, features, alter egos, and a fiercely loyal fanbase. But the internet can flip on anyone fast, especially when someone questions your throne. Cardi's tweet didn't mention her directly, but the implication was loud. Nicki might not be untouchable anymore. That hits hard when your brand is dominance. While Nicki hasn't responded publicly, the damage isn't just in the words, it's in the shift of power. The question isn't, will Nicki respond? It's, does she even need to anymore?
You know what? Because I'm the bad guy, and I wanted to make sure bitches knew that the bad guy was he.
This isn't the same Cardi B who had something to prove. This is chart-topping, Grammy-winning Cardi, fully in her power. When she tweets something like, they begged for a feature, it doesn't feel like desperation. It feels like dominance. Cardi has become a master of mixing humor with heat, turning a tweet into a weapon. What makes it land so hard is her delivery, cool, confident, effortless. She's no longer reacting to drama, she's directing it. And with her fans riding hard, Cardi doesn't need to name names to make noise. She lets the numbers and the shade speak.
I'm a stalker. I stalk you, bitch. Like, you judge me because I was a stripper. Say the truth.
No.
Say the truth. Yes. Yes, you did. You want to be talking about me.
Bitch, you don't know nothing about
You was burning the London Bridge, bitch.
Nicki Minaj has always been a control freak, in the best way. From her music videos to interviews, she's meticulous about her image. She built her brand on being untouchable and hyper-aware of how the industry and fans perceive her. That's why public shade hits differently. If Cardi's tweet cracked Nicki's armor, it matters because Nicki's brand is about perfection. The Barbs believe she's the blueprint, the original. But in 2025, where virality outpaces legacy, control is harder to hold. Nicki's era of dominance isn't over, but now she's playing defense for the first time in years.
Enter Vermin. Is it the thanks that I get for putting you on? Is it my fault that all of you on? Should have sent a thank you note, you little Now I'ma wrap your coffin. What about?
Nikki, she just mad because you took the spot.
Word that
Before the awards and viral hits, Cardi B was grinding in clubs, on Vine, and later on Love and Hip Hop. Her rise wasn't polished, it was raw. That background gave her an edge. She's always speaking from the streets, not the boardroom. Her fans respect her because she never switched up. And when Cardi claps back, it feels like it comes from that same loyal, unfiltered place. The begged for a feature line might sound shady, but for Cardi, it's also about respect. Loyalty matters to her, and when people cross her, she calls it out publicly. If Nicki Minaj does respond, it won't be with a tweet, it'll be with a bar. She's known for sneak disses, metaphors, and calculated lyrical attacks. From Roman's Revenge to No Frauds, Nicki's diss track legacy is deep. When she's cornered, she picks up the mic, not the phone. Fans are already speculating if a Cardi-targeted verse is coming. If it does, it won't just be a diss, it'll be cinematic. That's the Nicki formula: don't explain, rhyme it. If Cardi's tweet started a fire, a Nicki verse could turn it into an inferno. What makes Cardi dangerous isn't just her fame, it's her fans. The Bardi gang is loud, loyal, and fast. When Cardi tweets, her followers turn it into a movement. Within minutes, memes drop, videos surface, and hashtags trend. They don't just support, they fight for her. This tweet lit the match, but it was the fans who turned it into a wildfire. From TikTok stitches to reaction videos, the Bardi gang runs the social game. And when it comes to beef, they treat it like battle, defending Cardi as if their reputation depends on it. Nicki might not tweet as often, but she moves behind the scenes. Over the years, she's built alliances with artists, producers, and execs. She's collaborated with legends and mentored newcomers. Her power isn't just in her voice, it's in her reach. So while Cardi's tweet went viral, Nicki's support system stays silent but strong. Many major artists still see Nicki as the queen, and if she chooses to make calls or pull strings, things shift fast. Don't be fooled by the lack of a public response. Nicki's chessboard is bigger than Twitter. Cardi doesn't need a publicist. She is the publicist. From Instagram lives to candid interviews, Cardi knows how to control the narrative without a press release. She's built her brand on being raw, unfiltered, and always online. When she drops a tweet like, "They begged for a feature," she knows exactly what it will do: ignite chaos. But behind the chaos is strategy. Cardi uses her authenticity as armor. She doesn't backtrack, and fans love her more for it. She's not just winning headlines, she's directing them. And in a media war, realness sells better than polish.
When I was in the hood, I had like 3 haters. And it's cool because I could keep my eyes on them. But now it's just like 1,000 people that hate on me in one day. And that just be killing my mental.
Nicki Minaj is the queen of eras. From Barbie to Roman to Chun-Li, she reinvents her persona like a seasoned performer. These shifts aren't random, they're calculated. Each one reflects her emotional state, creative direction, or industry status. Right now, she's quiet, but fans are already predicting this could be the birth of a new Nicki. If Cardi's tweet was a spark, Nicki might flip it into a full aesthetic, with visuals, a verse, and a vengeance. That's her pattern. Don't fight back instantly, evolve, and then strike harder. Every insult is potential fuel for a reinvention. Cardi has a love-hate relationship with the media. She claps back at bloggers, fights misinformation, and often calls out double standards in how she's covered. But she also knows the game. When she drops a tweet like this, she's baiting headlines, and it works. Outlets run with it, fans repost it, and suddenly Cardi is trending worldwide. Unlike some celebs who hide from drama, Cardi plays into it while still setting boundaries. Her openness makes her relatable, but her refusal to be controlled makes her unpredictable, which is exactly why the press can't stop watching.
Nut in my mouth, I would drink that shit. That's how motherfucking thirsty a bitch is right now. I'm thirsty as fuck because I'm talking a lot of shit and I'm thirsty.
The Barbs aren't just fans, they're a force. They trend hashtags, flood comment sections, and defend Nicki with unmatched energy. Over the years, they've made sure Nicki never fades from the spotlight, even during her quiet seasons. So when Cardi tweets something shady, the Barbs don't just watch, they mobilize. They dig up receipts, resurface old clips, and go to war online. This battle isn't just between two artists, it's between two fan armies with years of tension. And when the Barbs feel Nicki's legacy is being threatened, they show up like it's a digital war zone. Cardi has mastered the art of looking unbothered, even when she's clearly firing shots. Whether she's laughing in interviews or trolling on Twitter, she makes it seem like nothing phases her. That's part of her genius. It's not about being the loudest. It's about making your opponent feel like they're not even worth the energy. This tweet wasn't aggressive, it was dismissive. And in celebrity beef, dismissal is the deepest cut. Cardi positioned herself as above the drama, while also fueling it perfectly. The internet loves a villain, but they love an unbothered queen even more. Nicki Minaj rarely names names, but fans have learned to read between the lines. Over the years, she's mastered the art of subliminals, coded bars, social media likes, and cryptic captions. When tension rises, Nicki might not tweet at someone directly, but she'll post a fire selfie with a shady caption. She knows her audience will do the decoding. That mystery keeps fans engaged and rivals paranoid. With Cardi's tweets still fresh, many are watching Nicki's every move, especially her next verse. If she fires back, it'll be veiled, but lethal.
Born. I saw it go. You understand? Barbie, Dolly Lily. Brr, murder.
Cardi B wasn't handed anything. She came up hustling, twerking, rhyming, and never playing by the rules. That underdog story gives her a powerful edge. People feel like they've grown with her. So when she takes a shot, it feels earned. Cardi's tweet isn't just a diss, it's a reminder. She made it without the gatekeepers. She doesn't owe anyone respect if they never gave it to her. Her authenticity has built a foundation stronger than any industry cosign. Cardi is proof that talent, hustle, and honesty can beat even the most established icons. Whether you love her or not, Nicki Minaj reshaped the landscape for female rappers. She dominated a male-driven industry and opened the door for the current wave of artists, including Cardi. Her flows, fashion, and alter egos created a blueprint. That's why the idea of someone dethroning Nicki hits deep for her fans. It's not just about shade, it's about legacy. Cardi's tweet triggered more than just gossip. It reignited a debate. Is Nicki still the queen, or has the crown quietly passed? Regardless, every bar you hear today has traces of Nicki's DNA.
Describe this artist in 3 words. Nicki Minaj. I want you to describe her in 3 words. Your love, Nicki Minaj.
So fucking good.
Cardi B didn't come into the game trying to fit in. She came in kicking the door down. She speaks differently, raps differently, and markets herself like no one else. That makes her dangerous to those who value tradition. She's not trying to be the next anything. She's the first Cardi B. And every time she tweets something spicy, it reminds people that she's still disrupting the status quo. Whether it's intentional or not, she shakes the table. For her, the chaos isn't just noise, it's part of the brand. Nicki Minaj's reputation is a blend of brilliance and controversy. She's often labeled as difficult, but what some call attitude, others see as standards. Nicki has fought tooth and nail to be respected in an industry that often punishes women for confidence. That's why she reacts so fiercely to disrespect, especially from someone she feels hasn't paid dues. Her silence right now might not be peace, it might be calculation. Reputation is her armor, and every move she makes, or doesn't make, is designed to remind people that she's still in charge. Cardi B doesn't just throw shade, she makes people laugh while doing it. That's her secret weapon. Her sense of humor disarms critics and draws in viewers who might not even care about the beef. When she tweeted they begged for a feature, the internet didn't just gasp, it laughed, reposted, and memed it. Humor makes her dangerous because it keeps the tone light, but the message cuts deep. You're not just getting insulted, you're getting roasted in front of millions. Cardi's wit makes her beefs entertaining, and in today's viral world, entertaining equals unstoppable. Sometimes saying nothing says everything. Nicki Minaj's silence in the face of viral drama is not a weakness, it's a strategy. When Cardi tweeted that now famous line, the world waited for Nicki's response, but nothing came. That pause made headlines, it made people speculate, and in the absence of a reaction, Nicki kept control. Silence can be power. It puts the pressure on the other side to keep the drama alive. Whether she's plotting, ignoring, or just chilling, one thing is clear. Nicki's ability to make silence feel like thunder is unmatched in the game.
Bye.
So you opened the show with an incredible number. How did that go?
Great.
Cardi B doesn't just go viral, she hijacks the algorithm. From catchy tweets to chaotic live streams, she knows how to dominate every platform. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. When Cardi drops content, it floods For You pages and trending lists. Her tweet wasn't just drama, it was engagement bait, expertly timed and worded to blow up. Whether she's serious or trolling, she keeps the spotlight. Cardi doesn't chase clout, she manufactures it. And in an industry where visibility equals relevance, Cardi doesn't just play the game, she rewrites it. Being first comes with pressure. Nicki Minaj carved out a space for female rappers in a hostile industry. But now that newer stars like Cardi are dominating headlines, Nicki faces a different challenge: staying on top while being respected as an OG. The Cardi tweet stung not because it was harsh, but because it tapped into that pressure, being seen as the past in a youth-obsessed culture. Nicki's not washed, but the world loves a new queen. This isn't just a personal feud, it's symbolic. Old guard versus new era, legacy versus virality.
What do you think is the best revenge for cheating?
The best revenge, well, if you're cheated on, is to upgrade. Moving on quickly is the best way to make a person feel stupid.
That's true.
The line, "they begged for a feature," wasn't just petty, it was surgical. In the music industry, asking for a feature is common, but Cardi flipped it to sound desperate. She's implying that someone who once wanted to work with her is now trying to diss her. That changes the power dynamic. It makes her the gatekeeper. For someone like Cardi, who was once labeled a one-hit wonder, saying that she turned people down hits different. It's not just shade, it's a status check. Cardi is saying, "I'm the one in demand now." Nicki Minaj isn't just thinking about the next hit, she's thinking about how history will remember her. Every diss, tweet, or shade risks denting a legacy she built from nothing. That's why when Cardi drops a jab like "they begged for a feature," it's not just drama, it's a challenge to Nicki's legacy. Nicki's response, or lack thereof, is a calculation. Defend herself and risk looking petty, or stay silent and let her resume speak. This isn't a war over lyrics, it's over history books. Nicki's in legacy protection mode, and that makes her more dangerous than ever. Cardi B doesn't second-guess herself. She moves fast, speaks her mind, and owns every word, even the messy ones. That confidence makes her nearly untouchable. When she tweeted that shot, she didn't delete it. She didn't explain it. She let it sit, loud, unapologetic, and viral. Cardi thrives on that certainty. In a world full of filtered answers and carefully worded PR responses, Cardi's boldness is refreshing. She believes what she says, and that belief convinces millions to ride for her, no matter what. In beef, confidence can be more powerful than talent. Cardi has both.
I look good in everything I put on, you know what I'm saying?
The chessboard is set. Cardi fired the shot, and Nicki has two options: stay silent or strike back. Fans are watching closely. If Nicki responds in a song, interview, or even a tweet, it could reset the internet. Every time Nicki responds to a diss, she makes headlines. But she also risks fanning flames she may not want. If she says nothing, she stays above it, but may lose control of the story. This is the calm before the storm. Whatever Nicki does next will shape how this entire drama is remembered. It started as one tweet. Now it's a cultural moment. People are remixing it, reacting to it, and referencing it in skits and memes. That's the power of Cardi's voice. It moves beyond music and becomes a pop culture reference. When Cardi speaks, it ripples. And that tweet, "they begged for a feature," wasn't just about Nicki. It became a symbol of confidence, of leveling up, of cutting off fake friends. That's why it stuck. Cardi knows how to turn words into wildfire. That one tweet burned through the timeline like gasoline.
Hey, we're dying! We're dying! We're dying!
This was never just Cardi versus Nicki. It's about legacy, visibility, respect, and the evolution of female rap. The tweet, the silence, the fans. It's all part of a bigger story. What happens when two titans share the same throne? As fans pick sides and the internet keeps score, one truth is clear. Both artists changed the game. Whether you ride for Cardi, Nicki, or just love the chaos, this drama proves one thing. Female rap isn't just surviving, it's dominating. And the queens, they're just getting started.